Zhang Yi finalizes the shelter's battle assignments with calm precision, directing Zhou Kor to prepare for casualties, Yang Xia to stockpile restorative rations, and Yang Xinxin to assume total control of the automated firepower network under his exclusive fire orders. Lu Karen is held in reserve for technical support. He cautions the group against excessive tension, noting the engagement could be brief or protracted, then ascends alone to the shelter's second floor and continues up into the cramped attic space. The attic, barely 50 square meters with skylights on all four walls, sits at the structure's highest point and offers an unobstructed 360-degree view over the flattened killing ground before Yunk Manor, the Lujiang River, and the distant snow huts of Shujia Town. Recognizing the terrain as ideal for long-range interdiction, Zhang Yi summons a heavy sniper rifle and multiple ammunition crates from his alternate dimension, arranges a chair for endurance, and instructs Xiao Ai to unseal the window. He reflects on his self-awareness as a combatant. Despite absorbing Ling Feng's energy and gaining divine might, he remains fundamentally unsuited for melee, preferring to exploit range and preparation. His shooting accuracy has risen sharply, granting a 3.5-kilometer effective lethal envelope against standard combat armor and a 5-kilometer maximum reach, while his dimensional gate now sustains larger apertures and higher energy throughput. Even so, he acknowledges a lingering vulnerability. An unprepared encounter with a peak threat like Lingfeng still carries over a 50% mortality rate. Accordingly, Zhang Yi restricts his role to two decisive tasks. First, he will systematically eliminate ordinary enemy soldiers from concealment before the main assault begins, degrading the coalition's morale and combat mass to potentially trigger an early withdrawal. Second, he will channel the Dimensional Gate's enhanced capacity to reinforce Liangyu, Uncle Yu, Su Panzi, and Hua Hua on the forward line. Once these objectives are met, he intends to abandon the perimeter without hesitation and withdraw the entire defense into the shelter, denying the enemy any opportunity to close the distance. The attic window frames a white horizon. The coalition's arrival is now only a matter of hours. The shelter defenders had waited since dawn, sustaining themselves on energy bars while reserving Yang Xia's supernatural feast enchanted food for the battle itself. At 1 p.m. Zhang Yi's tactical goggles picked up movement on the snowfield 5 kilometers out, and he alerted the team. Liang Yu's killing intent was barely contained, but Zhang Yi's only instruction was to hold. The enemy was still distant. The first force to arrive was Chaoyu Base, a convoy of 15 white-painted modified vehicles bearing wave insignia, each packed with heavily armed soldiers. They halted a few kilometers from Yunk Manor, intending to pound the 20-meter ice barrier with artillery. Wei Dinghai and his deputy Chen Jingguan observed the barrier from their vehicle. Wei Dinghai noted that building such a structure implied powerful superhumans, but remained confident in their overwhelming four-faction strength. Before the artillery could be deployed, the lead vehicle's windshield exploded and the driver's head shattered like a watermelon. A second round punched through the next vehicle, killing the passenger. Zhang Yi, positioned in the shelter's attic with an anti-material heavy sniper rifle, had opened fire from beyond 3 kilometers. His spatial ability neutralized the weapon's massive recoil, allowing rapid, accurate shots. The Chaoyu soldiers, caught in the open while preparing their guns, became sitting ducks. Heads, limbs, any exposed body part each hit turned the target into a cloud of blood mist on the pristine snow. The recruits, mostly short-term mercenaries and thugs, froze in terror, forgetting to run or take cover. Chaoyu Base's own snipers tried to acquire Zhang Yi, but their scopes maxed out at 3.5 kilometers and showed only white expanse. One sniper voiced his confusion before his head and neck were severed by a round. Zhang Yi's effective lethal range against standard combat armor was 3.5 kilometers, and against unarmored targets it reached 5 kilometers. Within 1.5 kilometers even captain-grade uniforms offered no protection. He fired silently and relentlessly, penetrating vehicle cover and turning the snowfield into a slaughterhouse. The soldiers' lack of professional training turned panic into paralysis, and the casualties mounted with eerie, gruesome beauty. Wei Dinghai, watching his men decimated without ever glimpsing the attacker, finally snapped. He cursed the arrogance of using his troops as target practice and ordered an immediate alert to locate the sniper. Yet the convoy remained in chaos, the independent four-faction coalition offering no mutual support. Zhang Yi continued his methodical attrition, exactly as planned, bleed the ordinary troops before the main assault, shatter their morale, and preserve his own forces for the Dimensional Gate reinforcement and eventual retreat into the shelter. The battle had begun on his terms, and the coalition's timetable was already unraveling. Zhang Yi pauses his barrage after 15 kills as a sudden blizzard engulfs the Chaoyu base convoy, Wei Dinghai's ability manifesting a wall of white mist to obscure the sniper's vision. From the command vehicle, Wei Dinghai and his deputy Chen Jingguan analyze the kill zones and realize with dawning horror that the shots originate from Yunk Manor over 3 kilometers distant, meaning the unseen marksman wields both extreme range and a seemingly bottomless reservoir of supernatural energy. Unwilling to bleed his elite forces before the main coalition arrives, Wei Dinghai orders an immediate withdrawal, but the convoy's reversal on the open snowfield is clumsy. Zhang Yi anticipates the move, calmly putting a round through the front tire of a lagging transport and then its rear tires, stranding nearly 20 soldiers. As the convoy slows to transfer the trapped men, Wei Dinghai thickens the blizzard, yet Zhang Yi switches to blind fire mode, trusting the heavy rifle's raw penetration to punch through the improvised armor. Bullets whistle through the storm, tearing holes in steel plates and flesh alike. Veterans scream in helpless rage while the wounded wail, their terror amplified by the impossibility of retaliation. Wei Dinghai, face darkening, finally commands the column to abandon the wounded and accelerate. In the attic, Zhang Yi empties a second magazine, swaps rifles to let the barrel cool, and continues his methodical harvest. Down at the forward line, Fatty Su, Uncle Yu, Liang Yu, and the mutant cat Huahua listen to the steady cracks over the shared channel, the rhythm so clinical it feels less like war and more like target practice at a range. From his prepared attic sniper nest, Zhang Yi maintained a relentless barrage of fire against the Chaoyu base convoy on the snowplain. Each thunderous shot from his heavy sniper rifle pierced through the snow and fog, sowing panic and inflicting casualties. As the vehicles attempted to flee, Chen Jingwan, Wei Dinghai's deputy, could no longer remain passive. He burst from the command vehicle, braving the gunfire, and used his superhuman ability to transform his body, stretching and widening it like a giant hide to shield the rear vehicles. A sniper round struck him directly, failing to penetrate but denting the steel plate behind him and sending waves of intense pain through his form, a testament to the terrifying power behind each shot. Unaware of this specific interception, Zhang Yi simply continued his methodical firing, swapping to a fresh rifle as barrels overheated, his ample supply seized from the Xishan base armory ensuring an uninterrupted onslaught. Within 10 minutes, the Chaoyu forces had vanished beyond the horizon, forced into a full retreat. Over the comms, Zhang Yi calmly reported to his awaiting team at the manor's first defensive line that he had repelled the convoy and killed dozens. Fatty Su voiced his astonishment at this feat, realizing Zhang Yi's extreme firing range itself constituted the shelter's outermost and most lethal defensive perimeter. Zhang Yi treated it as a basic operation, a logical application of the power he had absorbed, confident that his combination of long-range sniping and his close-range divine might ability could handle any threat. He warned his team that if enemies ever closed the distance, it would then be their turn to hold the line. Having retreated to a safe distance, Wei Dinghai confronted the grim tally of their premature engagement, 35 soldiers dead, multiple vehicles crippled, a devastating loss before the main assault had even begun. He grappled with the sniper's impossible capabilities, theorizing it must be a specialist with a profound close combat weakness. Chen Jingwan, nursing his injuries, proposed a new plan. Using a satellite phone map, he pointed to Shujia town as an alternative attack vector, its terrain offering cover from the deadly sniper fire. A cold, ruthless smile crossed Wei Dinghai's face as he agreed. He saw no need to warn their supposed allies in the coalition. Let the Yangsheng base, Qingpu base, and the snow worship cult advance directly and taste the sniper's wrath first, their suffering would only benefit Chaoyu base in the territorial struggles to come.